Tatro from Wichita Heights High School, Bel Air, Kansas. Up first, his opponent, Travis Moyer. Tatro won 300 game in his career. His high this week, 255.
And let's see if the boys can handle the pressure as well as the young ladies did.
First shot, maybe a little nervous.
Absolutely.
Well,
Seems like he threw it a little slower on his first shot there.
He told us yesterday, I'm excited but intimidated. This is such a big stage for me. He's been on television once, he said, but that was a commercial.
Hey, even for the pros, the first couple of shots on TV, it's tough to keep your lunch down.
Just missing the 10. So an open frame to start for Tatro, and here comes Travis Moyer from West Anchorage High School, captain and 3-year letterman for their bowling team. Placed third in the individual shootout tournament in '07, fourth in the Alaska Junior Gold Tournament with a 226 average, 4-year member of the National Honor Society. Look at that hook.
Travis going for a little wheel there. He's going to move in, and he's going to give this ball a little bit of room to the right. Another way to play the Viper pattern.
Curls in for the spare. First mark of this match. Got into bowling rather late. His brother did some bowling with Special Olympics. His brother Ryan. Travis did it with him. He enjoyed it. Joined the high school team, and not till his sophomore year of high school did he really start bowling competitively.
Nice.
First strike of our boys' title match.
Carolyn, take us back to 1961 when you made your first show. I'm sorry, 1991.
I knew that was coming, but don't forget, I want to know whether your first show was in black and white or color. And it was 1991, and I bowled with the great bowler Lisa Wagner to win a doubles title. So it was very memorable. Smarty pants.
I bowled with Lisa Wagner at a doubles event in Japan. She was awesome.
She was a great bowler, great bowler.
Tatro after an open frame 9.
And by the way, it was color. My first show was in color, yes. I know it's hard to believe. Nice shot here by Kevin. Get his feet underneath him. Get that ball to 1-3. He's got that kind of that prototypical power player style type of look to him. Shoulders are wide open. Gets that hand to kind of roll underneath the bowling ball in the downswing.
Watching him during qualifying, he chose to play the lanes a little bit straighter.
There you go. Tatro led the Wichita Heights team to a City League championship, 2 regional championships, and a second-place finish in the Kansas State Championships.
And both of these kids can only get better if they were to be fortunate enough to go to Wichita State and learn under the tutelage of Gordon Vatican there. Nice. One of the premier schools in the country for bowling, absolutely.
As we take a look at our Motel 6 matchup, as both competitors have now thrown strikes in the second and the third frame. Their averages just barely off from one another. And Moyer telling us yesterday he actually bowls on this Viper pattern quite a bit. Drop and give me 10. He bowls on a PBA Experience League, part of the Adult Youth League back home. And bowling a big thing in the communities of Alaska. He said there's about 6 or 7 centers in this Anchorage city limits.
The bowling community in Anchorage, in all of Alaska, but mostly in Anchorage because that's where all the people are, is extremely, it's huge. There are leagues every night, and there are, I want to say 7 or 8 houses just in the Anchorage area alone, and that's a lot for the small number of people that live there. So I like to say that we have a large bowling community.
Said he actually beat Sean Rash in a doubles event 1 game. PBA champion Sean Rash from the Anchorage, Alaska area.
Tatro looking for 3 in a row. Just missed kicking the 10.
Good looking shot there too. Notice the follow through that goes right towards the target line. I like that. Kid's got a good looking game. Watch this follow through. Hand behind the bowling ball to control down lane, change of direction. Said he brought 8 bowling balls with him for this competition, only ended up using 3 of them.
Takes care of the 10. As we take a look at our atomic edge.
And I like what I see when I watch Kevin's game here. You see the shoulders, how open they are? Left arm in front. Now watch what he does with his wrist. How he rolls it underneath the bowling ball, and then he just uncups it. That's where he creates that roll and the revolutions. Like also the fact that he keeps his hand underneath it and rolls it end over end.
I mentioned Tatro, a military brat born in Fort Hood, Texas. From there, his travels have taken him to Germany, Alabama, Alaska, Kentucky, Hawaii, and now Kansas. Come on, 10. Get down! Come on!
Now he's getting pumped up, asking the crowd, come on.
Little messenger, little bird dog on the 10. Watch this. The head pin goes to the sidewall. 10-pin screaming, don't tase me, bro!
That's not a tase. That's a love tap.
Did it go down?
It did. Carry on. Here's Travis Moyer looking for a ham bone. Ham bone!
You were waiting for that one, weren't you?
You think?
Ham bone!
That's right, son. That's right. Travis Moyer's now my favorite high school bowler.
He watches bowling on TV.
He said this Viper pattern played a little bit different than at home. The lanes were a little bit tighter at home. Here, he thought they hooked a little more. He used a couple different bowling balls than he does on the pattern at home, but adapted well. Here he is on TV.
It's making this Viper pattern look pretty easy. Got a little bit of room to the right, a little bit of room to the left. And with a spare here, we'll maintain a 31-pin lead.
Coming your way April 13th, it's the Motel 6 Roll to Riches from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Sean Rash, Michael Haugen Jr., Norm Duke, Doug Kent, Parker Bone III, and the Player of the Year, Chris Barnes, will all be there. Moyer born and raised in Alaska.
Can I just have Travis? Can I just have Moyer? Is that all right for the bone?
Curls right on in for the spare. It's been a clean game so far for Travis Moyer, and when we return, we'll tell you why Travis has a bit of a beat with the Wichita State admissions department.